but it will take time for me to get the link. So let's wait. Okay, it will take time for me to get the link. Okay. Hello, everybody, and we will be starting in a minute. Just taking care of the technicalities. Okay. So welcome to Author series by WRITERNAAMA. It's been happening after a long time, but these days time doesn't matter. It is flying with WRITERNAAMA. There's so many things happening, I guess. And I'm just going with the flow, and I guess flowing on the go. And this time we have a very special guest with us. Special because she is very newly associated with WRITERNAAMA. She's recently been into the community. Special also because her book is a kind of, I would say, reminder of college days. And I think we all need to remember those nostalgic moments of our life, and if something can take you back to that time, what can be the better thing to do? And especially when there's a lot of chaos going on, or where there's a lot of rat race going on, or if you feel like you're stuck in a hamster's wheel, her book will be giving you that respite. So that is why it is special, because it makes you slow down and go back to your memory lane. And before I talk about our special author, I want to share that we gel even well because, and I got to know this sometime back only, that we both hail from journalism background, and that made me think that maybe the journalistic eye, or maybe looking at things with that perspective, also helps you to write better. Or according to her, which she also brought into light, was that you have a very broader interest in writing. It's not related to one sort of writing, because you are asked to explore various genres. So for journalism, if you're even watching TV, you are studying because you're looking at it from a journalistic point of view. And for writing also, I guess when you're watching TV, there are a lot many things which you can do, and TV is no more an idiot box. Although I'm saying I consider that as an idiot box. I don't watch much of TV. Okay, so we are going to have a very casual yet very beautiful and deep conversation with Anuradha Mirzi. And she's a born storyteller, if I would like to describe her in just one line. Whether it is ink on paper or whether it is frame by frame on screen, she has penned her first story on the back pages of school notebooks. So since then, she has been scribbling something or the other, has never looked back, never stopped since then. And with a post-graduation in mass communication, Anuradha has carved her path through into the television industry, I would say, where she has done two documentaries, where one of them is The Living Dead, which is it's about uh, it's about preservation in something, right? I'll ask her more.
Yeah.
And the second one is Kishkinda Trust. And her storytelling shifted gears from journalism to digital content, and quickly she turned into a very highly paid content writer on a leading platform as well. And now she has made a bold step and has taken faith, a leap of faith for her book, which is her debut book, a romance novel, and its title is Finding Love Again. As the name itself suggests, a nostalgic dive into college life and young hearts. And Anuradha writes across genres. It's currently deep diving into in researching for a powerful work of literary fiction as well, and we are looking forward to that as well. She shares some book reviews on Instagram. You can follow her on her blog as well. She will be talking about her blog as well, and she will be spelling it correctly when I will be asking her. And when not crafting stories, she's either cooking up something delicious or exploring the wild trails around her hometown in Belagavi with her husband and kids. So welcome, Anuradha. Welcome on board to WRITERNAAMA.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Most welcome.
And thank you for the lovely introduction. Thank you so much. And as you said, one journalist and one storyteller meets another. Thank you.
Indeed. And the third reason why today's session is special is, as you can see, one more special person with me here, who is Zeel. You might have seen her so many times if you're part of WRITERNAAMA in community. She has been my very first client when she wrote her first novel. She's scribbling her second one. And now she's also the part of WRITERNAAMA team as chief editor as well. So today I thought that we as a team will be talking with Anuradha. You guys can also drop your questions in the chat box once you get to know about her book. Basically, if in one line, as I told, that the book is about college life, love, friendship, it's based on that theme. I would not be the spoil sport there, and I would not be, delving deeper into the part which I should not be. And I would like you guys to read that and let me know. So let's start with uh, a simple question. Maybe Zeel can take over the first one, and Anuradha, we'd love to ask you a few questions.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Looking
Meanwhile,
forward for the session as we start now. Yeah.
yeah. Meanwhile, I'll keep an eye on YouTube as well. You guys, please feel free to ask any questions. Okay, Zeel, over to
Hi,
you.
Heena. Hi, Anuradha.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
So, Anuradha, I mean, reading your book was very nostalgic because it gave me a feeling of, hostel days, mentioning of hostel days, college life, situated in Mumbai, Pune, Nashik, like the background story backdrop is in these three cities. And so, my first question would be, like, if you could meet or exchange a day with any of your characters, who would you choose?
Okay, so there are many characters in the thing that I like. I like Naveen. A lot of people have liked Naveen. I'd
Yeah,
like to
yeah,
say that, and I like Jia also. But if I have to spend a day with somebody, I would definitely spend it with Naveen. He's like the fun kind of a person.
right,
He's like one idea enters his mind, and the next minute he's working on something else. Like let's do this, let's
correct.
go here and that. And then if I have to exchange, like if I have to exchange my day as a person with somebody, is like there is one person, Mithali. Hers is like she comes in just for
Yeah,
a
yeah,
short while. She meets
yeah,
Naveen
right,
at a bookstore, and they just they gel very well, and they strike up this
correct.
beautiful friendship. So I would like to exchange with her actually. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Thank you, Anuradha.
Thank you.
Hina, you are speaking on mute.
Oh, thank you so much for.
Yeah, it's okay. It happens.
So Anuradha, I'm the kind of person who judges a book not by its cover but by its title. So my
Okay.
question to you is regarding the title. If you could rewrite the title of your book, what would that be?
Yeah, I have actually thought of that, because I was like, how does this sound, or should it need a little more spunk in it or something? I have thought of it. But when I was like going through the book, as in when I was editing it, there is once when Murli tells Jia that he's again trying to console her, and, so he says, "You are my priority." So maybe the thing would be, "You are my priority," or something like that. I don't know if it needs work, but somehow I felt that that also can be, because he's trying to convince her, again, "You are my priority." So, yeah.
Wow, wow, very interesting. So there may be a sequel where you can put it.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, actually, that is a good idea,
Right,
Yeah.
right. Uh,
I think you should do that because once you end on a happy note, there should be like what happens after that. So you can write a
I'm taking down all these
sequel.
points. Thank you, both of you. I am taking down all these points because that is another very good point, what happens after that? Okay,
yeah,
they are like, sometimes they are poles apart. So what conflict can rise? And yeah. And also it is a nice, I like stories wherein the title also comes from one of the, you know, one of the incident or one of the paragraphs of the thing. I like it when it has like a direct connect with the book or with the story you're writing. Yeah.
Exactly. Right. Cool. So Zeel, you want to ask something?
Yeah, I would like to ask one more question. So if Anuradha, if you were in place of Murli, would you attend Jia's birthday party or would you choose to stay close to your friend who was in the lockup?
This is a serious question. You know why I laughed when you said if you're in the place of Murli? I was like, how would you, because he's so shy. I thought the question is, how would you even go and talk to this girl because he was so shy initially.
Right.
Yeah, that is how I just laugh. I remember the Valentine's, the first event. Yeah. Okay, so it was about the going to the birthday party or the friend. See, if I am aware that my friend is in trouble and it's like, come on now, we need to go to the police station, something as serious as that, I would definitely go and help out my friend, maybe check out what is happening. If there is something I can do, maybe as women, we multitask. So I would like quickly message, something has come up. I'm really sorry I can't come for your birthday party or something like that. But yes, I mean, I need to see what my friend is getting into. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Very interesting, actually. And if you could meet or exchange day with any of your characters, whom would you choose?
Maybe Gia. Maybe
And why?
meet. Gia is she's also like this train crashing into into the thing. She's like speeding on the tracks. There are so many thoughts in her mind, and she's loving at one minute she's like very loving, and next time she's so confused. She's obsessing over her boyfriend, and she's not able to think. So it maybe I would like to see how that goes, and she has like very loving people in her life. So that time she cherishes those. So yeah. And in this part, I would also like to mention that there is that transition that happens that I kind of because she's such a tomboy. She says, I grew up with so many brothers, boys all the time, and yeah, she's like this thing, and she is finding her the other side of her personality, wherein she absolutely loves all girly things. She likes to dress up, and she is like making her way into that image of hers. So that was also somewhere, we too are struggling, with all this. And then we find out, we maybe at the end of our 20s, kind of, we find, okay, this is how I want to be. Yeah.
I guess for me, it did not even come till 30. After
Okay.
wisdom started coming. My
Yeah,
20
and
was
you dabble with so many things that you see on media, so many things are bombarded at you, and then you try to find your yeah, corner.
yeah. So whenever there's some late bloomer like me, I support them. So you know what? I also went through that just to give me assurance that it's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so all right. So Zeel, any questions from your side?
Yeah, I just want to know, like, since your story is based in Mumbai, Pune, and Nashik, so like, have you spent any of your years and what was your memorable incident? Because I see like the childhood, portion is added, like very short trips are added and all such incidents are added, which is very nostalgic. So any of your memorable incident you would like
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
share?
I spent time like more in Pune, Mumbai, and yeah, I mean, like there is that like you have spent some time there, so there is some emotion attached to these places. So Pune and all. When I was new in Pune, it was like okay, let me just explore this place and all. I know this, I can get some boutique if I walk into this area, and I would like completely get lost. Sometimes I would like take some turn and take a very longish route and come. One incident is when we were waiting at the dentist. I just have one. I started talking to one woman there. She was also a patient, and then we started talking. Okay, you're from Goa, but you can make out from the accent also that
Yeah, yeah.
thoda sa Konkani accent. I am Konkani, by the way. So then we started talking, and she's like, I'm from this area of Goa. Then I'm like, you cannot miss my grandparents, because of the name also, the people by the townspeople will know. They say, you just cannot miss my grandparents' house, in that area. And she started telling me, yeah, so she started telling me my uncle's names. Yeah, I know these people are telling my uncle's name. And then I said, my God, I'm so and so daughter. Like she turned out to be my mother's teacher, like in high school when my
Oh,
mother was in school. So I was like, come on, in this entire universe, you come and sit next to this woman, and she has like this big connection back home. That is the incident I always remember somehow, because it's just that you are sitting next and you make form such a connection. Yeah.
yeah. That's very interesting.
Right. So, okay, I got one question also, but from the audience. Anyway, I will ask this one first, which I really wanted to know. So I made a note of that. So what was your approach when you were writing this novel or story? Did you start with the characterization first, or the setting first, or you chalked out the story and then you thought about characters? How did it turn out for you?
Yeah. Like very interestingly, I started writing on Valentine's Day. It was like that. I was like you do write, about emotion. You describe something. If there is the mood, you describe the day. You will describe some beach, the waves hitting the rocks and all that. I wanted to write something very fun and simple, something very fresh. Like it is like direct. Okay, it is the Valentine's Day and the love is going to be in the air, like that kind of a thing. But yes, I do have like the broad outline of the story, that this is what it is getting at, whether I'm going to involve a third person or any other major incident in that, all that I kind of have it like an outline. And as I go, I develop the characters, because but then Murli somehow, he always I ask myself, why is this guy so, why did you make him so serious? But he just does have his fun with his friends. But then yeah, kind of when I started writing Murli, I just had it in my mind how he's going to be, but then I draw out the characters as I go. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Any questions, Zeel?
Yeah, I have one more question. So the story, some parts are also based in like hostel, as we discussed. So have you ever stayed in hostel, or any fun moment happened with you there, which was like very like a guy cracking in a girl's hostel or something like that? Any fun
Yeah, I
incident?
did. I have stayed in a thing. Sometimes it was a laugh riot. Sometimes it was fighting, the girls fighting for the remote.
Yeah,
That also has happened. This group, that group, that we want to watch this. That also has happened. But once this one girl gets this bouquet of yellow roses, and it is at the reception, and I don't know. We were not in a hurry. She was not in the hostel, so we were not in a hurry to go and bring it to something. So we are like very keen, all of us are discussing who is it from, or something like that. And then one of us, actually, let's go and we have to check it out. We can't keep our excitement. So this girl goes and she checks the thing. It was from one of the like not professors, but she had gone out for an assignment. So one of those people had said that it was from a company. So it was like a big disappointment for us. Oh my God, what is it? There's no boyfriend and no, nothing of that sort. Yeah. But otherwise, yes, hostel life, the laugh, right? And
yeah, yeah. I also miss my hostel days a lot.
because what happens is after a while, you really bond. Because
Yeah, correct.
you bond, you come back from office or from college, and then you need somebody. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Hina, you're
hostel
on
also
mute.
has a creepy sound to it. The hostel may ghost and all
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
You can
Yeah,
associate that with horror also.
correct.
Absolutely. Creepy for me, it is nostalgic only. I haven't lived
Okay.
in hostel, but yes, I've lived in PGs and all. So the hostelers used to come and, live at my place. We want to have a feel of PG. So it used to be that way.
Yeah.
Interesting. Uh, so by now, I guess all the people who are watching or will be watching this will be time traveling back to their hostel times, college times. I'm very sure because all conversations are like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Anuradha, one thing I wanted to ask that if you would like to change anything in terms of character in your book, whether it is adding the character or removing one or tweaking something in your character, would you, if you do that, then what would you do?
Yeah, once the book was out there, people giving me feedbacks. Naveen is like the hero, everybody loves him. I have thought of that, but maybe I would have worked on Murli. But that is like the dangerous path. I would have made him more brooding and more into that philosophical bent of mind. Yeah, actually, when I was writing and like editing and all that, I thought like, okay, let me not really add more to that. Yeah, but Murli, I don't know. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
There are always afterthoughts after.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is where the reviews are precious. It's like when the review is like, yeah, this is what it is. Like some people pick up certain things and some people kind of elaborate on one aspect of the book. So reviews are life-saving.
Absolutely. Like I also realized this. In fact, since the time we were working on Zeal's book, also when we were done with the complete manuscript once, and I did two rounds or one round of editing. I don't remember. It's long back. And I told her, "Ki, let's hire somebody else." Now it's like I was, although I'm a kind of gynac, and it's your mental baby on paper, but I'm so involved in your story that maybe I don't see the faults which others can see. A third.
I know that can happen.
Yeah. So
And
then
that
we gave it to her friends were good, very good at it, good readers. We gave it to them, all beta readers and all that. And then we got the feedback, and she kept on, revising before publishing. So it's like I guess first time the I scrapped, and her book was around 1 lakh words. So first time I
oh,
scrapped it, then second time, her friends and beta readers did that. So she again revised it, and it was a lot of this thing. So all those who think that book, I'm not saying book writing is tough, but yes, it really builds the resilience in you. It really makes you a deeper person. So it's so worth it, even if it is the kind of some people may think, oh my god, itna kaam hai, or so much. But she came out as a different person after that. And
oh,
with every book, I think you don't write the book and the book writes you. And that's where, it's a team effort. And when you said the third person part, it totally clicked to me that these days I've made it a practice. And that is why I hired a team with me that, it's not just my perspective, two more will help me.
yeah, yeah. I was just coming to that. It's like when a person, like who is maybe your friend, maybe a completely like a stranger, their perspective becomes so much important. As I can say, this can't happen. Like if I'll be very happy if some person comes and says, "What is it? This can't happen." I'm like, thank God you saw that loophole in the thing. Yeah, and that perspective is so things, and then one person can come and tell me, I need more of it, or change this doesn't work. Yeah, so every person is coming with his understanding of whatever he has read, whatever he has experienced, she has experienced in life, and that they bring to the book. So beta readers are like yeah, much needed. Yeah.
Absolutely. Cool. So,
Yeah.
Zeel, you have any questions on mind?
Yeah, just one last question. Like Finding Love Again is the title of your book. So, in your life or when you were writing, did you like find that love for any character while writing it? Or like, I mean, Naveen is very, charming personality, like SRK, he's kind of that person. And so while writing, did you fall in love with any of your character?
For me, it was like, okay, I am writing Jia's and Murli's love story, like I'm like
Yeah,
laughing with them. I'm pulling them apart.
apart, yeah.
And, I'm like in that space with them, and I'm feeling so sorry for Murli. Why is she not understanding? But I am putting her through hell also, things like that. So I was kind of, in that love story, I can say, not really
Okay,
one person as such. Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
And
Yeah,
congrats
Heena.
to you on your book. And
Thank you. Yeah.
yeah, the
Thanks,
writing process,
Anuradha.
and you have this wonderful mentor with you.
Yeah, yeah,
Hina is like
definitely.
the magician
Heena is,
putting it all
yeah,
together. Yeah.
correct. Heena is
Yeah.
a magician only. She will sprinkle all the magic on you,
The
and totally
magicness.
you become
Yeah.
a very different person when you start working with her, when you start understanding her ethics of work. It's very, I mean, I feel very grateful to first get mentored and then working with her. So it's very
Yeah.
grateful situation for me.
Hina, can I ask you something?
Sure.
Yeah. So now you're reading so many scripts. So how do you like, step away from it to think, independently, like think objectively about each project? You need to like step back, and then because you will be so engrossed in so many characters, the depth of the story and all that. I mean, I don't know. It is like checking so many things in one story only demands all your you need to be analytical, you need to see the writing and this and that. How do you step back and analyze it? And yeah.
In my own story, definitely I step back and I actually take a break wherever I feel there's this feeling where right, that something is not clicking in your own story when you're writing your own story. There I although sometimes I don't know what is it, but it is not clicking is what keeps coming to me every now and then, that something is missing. And that's where either take a pause, I stop, or maybe I send it to my team. That time I didn't had a team, but I had beta readers in my community. So I send it to them and get it read by them. And then they give it back to me. When it is others' books, definitely I'm not associated that much as an author. So the main
Mm.
ideation is there, then I read and review that. Even there, when like Zeal's book was very long, like 1 lakh words, you tend to get into that and you tend to like become a part of it. So there,
Yeah.
that is why the one thing which I started doing was that, let's get it under anyone else's radar also, so that, we get a third person perspective. One is that, and otherwise, what I do is I take break, because it's not just one project going on. If it is a group, it is like 7, 8 manuscripts together. So if I'm getting too overwhelmed, or I'm just getting too, foggy headed with that particular manuscript, I keep it aside. I inform the author that I'll come back to your book after some time, and I pick up something else. Generally, it doesn't happen because of the kind of writers are coming, because they are non-fiction writers mostly. So non-fiction, there are hardly characters and all. There are stories, anecdotes and all that. But there's nothing like you get too emotionally involved or too much connected with the character. Wherever there are novels which are coming, definitely, 3, 4 have come so far. So there I do this, where I step away. Or maybe if it is too much for me, sometimes it may so happen, it also happens that some of your childhood trauma triggers you in that story. Character
Yeah.
really like that. And the moment it comes to my awareness, it sometimes take time, sometimes it doesn't, and sometimes I'm just thinking, why am I annoyed by while reading sometimes again and again. And then I ask myself, I do journaling, and I realize ki, okay, if let me give it to the team for some time, I'll come back to it later. So
Yeah,
ask the
exactly.
team to handle it, and then I come back to it later.
Yeah, because you can't really keep it like, it will not affect me, it has
Ah,
to
yeah,
like,
it does.
yeah.
Especially the stories where there is a lot of heartbreak and all those things. You think that you're just doing the editor's job, you're just doing, but recently also it happened. I was reading somebody's story which was very heart-wrenching, having a childhood trauma and all that. And today I felt there was some vibes which kind of, there's this energy in every story, is also an energy, right?
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
that the story the author wants to disturb, but that's going on your mind. And that's somewhere, you are kind of, there's something different sort of thing. So that happens, that but yes, if it is balanced, fine. Otherwise, I have these techniques over places, that hand it to beta reader, hand it to team, step away. So all these things I keep on doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Cool. So one question which came to me, and it has went away, but basically the question was something like that. It's how do you take inspiration for the story, any story?
I think, like, see, at the back of your mind as a writer, things are happening all the time. Even a simple thing, you're waiting for something, and you see some father son or something like that. And it kind of grows into your mind. I feel I see the emotion behind it. Like, for Finding Love Again, I was having that in my mind, was the breakup emotion. How will one young girl, who is like so raw, and who is like, just grappling with the reality of like life, and like she's just moving out of and being herself, moving out of home maybe, and being herself. How will she deal with it, and the emotion of heartbreak? So that is where it came from. But I feel, yeah, as in the story structure also, like, you can, like I said, you see something, and that it keeps going in your mind, and other than that, it's the emotion part of it. Yeah.
Yes, talk about the writer's head. It is always on, no holidays.
My talk about it. Anything, you see, you can make a own story around it. Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes people ask me, how do you derive stories just like that? You're spending a day and then you have 5 stories with you. I'm like, helpless. Actually, I'm helpless because you gradually train your mind to think in stories. And
Yeah.
then even if you want to stop, it doesn't stop. So what can I do? I mean, for me, it was like that.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, Zeen, any questions? We will be wrapping up. I am putting a rapid fire,
Uh,
but yes, any questions? I will also check the chat box here. Okay, not here anymore. Okay, are you on mute or what?
no, no. Are
Okay,
you able to hear me?
yes.
Yeah. So, just like one question that I mean, I don't know, it's not a question but an observation
Mhm.
that every shy topper kind of person always have a very interesting friend who is always mischievous and all. So I could see that Murli was very shy, at the same time Naveen was very mischievous, and so I think we always find or fall in love or in friendship also, we find people, one is very serious, other is very mischievous and all. So and Anuradha, do you have I mean, or in your life or in your school, college, have you like, are you the mischievous one or the studious one you were, and you found someone who was opposite to you?
Yeah, yeah. Actually, I was like the more louder person, maybe more excited about things and mischievous and all that. Yeah, as I was getting into high school and all that, and yeah, the other person, like, I have friends who have been like very quiet, and they say, okay, you plan it, and okay, we are going with it, things like that. Yeah, and what happens is there are some people like who themselves don't talk, or they are not the hyper kind, they can nowhere
Hmm.
close to being hyper, but they like to be among people,
Correct.
who keep the momentum group going, and who are like always coming up with ideas and all. I know some people, who will like they sit back and please the mehfil chalu rehne do type, but they want to, yeah, they want to be in that group. So yeah, so
Yeah.
the quiet, supposedly quiet, or I don't know if they are introverts, but they like to have that kind of energy around. Yeah. How
Yeah.
how about you? How are you two, as in the quiet or the mischievous kind?
I was very mischievous kid in my
That's why I'm your
school.
friend. I was not in my school.
Okay,
I did
okay.
not like anything in my school except the books.
No, I was
Oh,
very mischievous. I never liked studying as a child. I always used to like playing, dancing. I mean, I wanted to be a choreographer in my
oh,
school.
wow.
Yeah, dance was something I was very passionate. I still am passionate about. These days, I rarely get chance to, dance. But since school days, I was very extrovert person who used to gel up with everyone, but very, like leader kind of person who I was a class monitor, discipline monitor. So
Oh.
I was always the fun-loving person who would just go around, meet people, talk with any stranger on the street also. So in my college, I became very opposite of who I was in school because I was in girls' college, and I saw a very different culture there, and since we were not getting that much zone where I could go and dance, then I started writing. I mean, dance stopped, but another form of creativity developed, where I started skit writing, ad announcement writing. So all
Okay.
that started. But with now I feel a bit of balanced, where I feel like connecting with people. I can easily sense the energy of person, where if someone is very fun loving, I would just go and talk nonstop. If someone is uh, a bit serious kind of, then I would have those kind of conversations. So now I feel a bit of balance.
Wonderful. So for me, with me, what do? You just have serious kind of conversation.
No, with you, I can talk about anything. But when you are, I mean, when you are in writing mode, that editor or creative mode, then of course I have to
Yeah,
match that.
when it is work, we
Yeah,
are
yeah.
some, work thing and all that. Very
Yeah, correct. Yes, yes. But we both are into spirituality, creativity, and everything. So, of course, and then our conversation once start, it doesn't stop. Stop.
well.
There are people like even I would like if I'm having like this deep talk up with any loved one, anyone, then there is that is the time I like one on one. And there are
Yeah,
people who sometimes like even if when they take workshops and all, they have this one on one session, and there are
correct,
people who do wonders when they are dealing
correct.
with yeah.
I lost the voice or what?
No,
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 you
no, no,
are
no.
audible.
Okay.
Yeah, now you tell me how was it from school to college and to now, like as in your personality in terms of communicating like with people in terms of
I've
that.
been very similar sort of person, consistent in books since these.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's not that I did not had friends. In fact, in school days, because in my initial when I was not having control on how or what I want to wear and all that, my parents, had this boycott haircut on me, and I was teased by the boys of my class that what you're a boy or a girl, you're a boy or a girl. So I used to always fight with the boys.
Oh,
Because,
oh,
yeah, they used to tease me, so I never used to talk to them. Only one of them was very best friend of mine. He still is a very dear best friend of mine. So it was like that, and then that kind of made me shrink. Also, in my school days, I was not a very talkative or very friendly. I would not say friendly. Whoever comes to me, whoever is close to me, I will be their loyal best friend. But I never used to initiate. I was always in my books and all that. And if you're coming, then fine. I will invite you home and all those things. And I will be crazy about you. Okay, she's my friend or he's my friend. I'll protect you. All those things. But I will not initiate. I was that kind of person. And gradually in college, I cannot pinpoint what really happened. But yes, I started opening up. I started looking beyond books, the life and all those things started happening. So yes, that's what I did. Still, I'm very much into books, but yes, I'm opening up with every this thing. I would say the phases of my life, college phase, and then the marriage phase, and then the motherhood phase. It's opening me up.
okay.
So that way. Great.
Yeah.
One cool rapid fire we'll do. So what we'll do is, and I have not. It's a rapid fire for me and Zeal also. So we'll think questions on the go, and
Okay.
it would be just a this or that question. So suppose reading or writing, you have to tell one
Ah,
whatever comes to your mind, and then Zeal will ask, and then I will ask. So maybe 4 5 rounds that way. And
yeah.
cool, ready?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. So I'll start. Uh, Reading romance fiction or thriller stories.
Both, I should say. I
Both is
should say
you can't.
both. For this, I should say both.
But both is not allowed next time. Okay, Zeal,
Okay,
ask.
okay.
Do you prefer early morning writing or night or late night writing?
Early morning.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and writing a fiction or a non-fiction.
I think a little bit of non-fiction gets into fiction also, so I'll just say it broadly fiction. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you prefer happy endings or cliffhangers?
Wow.
Happy ending. Happy ending.
I'm the cliffhanger lover.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, and all right. So it's a kind of opinion question. What do you think is the category where the one message will go strong in a non-fiction? One, any idea you have, if you wrap that up in a story, it is strongly conveyed, or it is in a non-fiction essay format, it is strongly conveyed.
I think a non-fiction,
Okay.
because maybe you can like be straightforward about it and explain it also.
Mhm.
Yeah. And you can deal with it in a direct manner in a non-fiction. Yeah.
Okay, great. So writing thriller or writing romance?
Romance. Romance.
Zeal?
Short stories or like collection of short stories or standalone, like which you have written?
Yeah, I like both, but I'm also working on a collection of short stories. So, short
Oh,
stories.
nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wonderful. Great. So thank you so much, Anuradha, for being here. I absolutely enjoyed this. It felt like a coffee conversation, coffee chat with friends. And I'm sure still there were so many insights. And so thank you so much for sparing time. Thank you so much for being the part of this fun chit chat. And keep writing. We are looking forward, at least now that at least the WRITERNAAMA community, whenever they are checking, they'll keep an eye on you that when is your literary fiction coming?
Yeah. Thank you for the opportunity. I really had a wonderful time.
Yeah.
And I was like, about your community, I was very keen that my book gets exposure here. The questions were like great. Thank you, Zeal. And it was like we kind of spoke in a manner. It didn't feel like, teacher and you're asking me like, number one, number two question. It was like a proper conversation, and it was happy. And thank you for sharing, and thank you for calling me on this platform, and then sharing so much about writing. And you all have given me valuable points for my writing. Yeah, thank you so much.
That's so
Thank you so much, Anuradha.
Yeah, look forward to other videos and other things that you do. Yeah, you're doing. I'm sure like it takes a lot of effort, to put all this together. And
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
thank you so
yeah.
much.
All the best. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Wish you all
Bye-bye.
the best.
Yeah, thank
Bye.
you.